Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 3DO Experience, the 3DO retrospective podcast where we talk about all things 3DO, the company, the console, and everything in between. I am Bill, and this is Threk. How you doing, Threk?
Bill, I am very tired because last night Aaron decided to keep us all up super late because his perception of time is different than ours. So I'm sleepy. How are you?
He's in Iowa. That's another planet, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he gave us a time, and then he was like 15, 20 minutes late after that time. It's like, come on, dude. Like, I get it, but it is what it is. It was me, him, Tony, and Steve tier listing all of the the game club games from last year. So that's probably not out by the time this is out, but it'll be out eventually. He still hasn't posted the little Nemo written reviews, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, give him time. He's a busy man.
Yeah. But he works from home. You think he'd have, a couple minutes to do that stuff.
Well, he's
if I worked from home, I would have, I'd get more shit done.
I probably would too, but it would be very hard to work from home with a lathe and a milling machine.
It'd be in your backyard.
I don't have a lot of backyard.
Just enough for the lathe.
I don't think I could run that on the.
They airdrop you a big patch of grass.
My power bill's already high enough as it is. I don't need that added to it.
Just tell them, hey, you got to cover this. You have to pay for this.
At that point, I'll just go in. Yeah, it's been a bit. Just trying to get this year's. This has been a weird, like, the start of this year's been going by really fast, but I feel like nothing's been fulfilled.
Well, maybe for you. For me, it's just getting my feet wet in my new position.
Yeah, I mean, you started a job, so you've
a
much different place than I'm in.
Oh yeah, and it's still going just fine. If anybody's curious, so I don't have any major complaints. Maybe some minor stuff, but not enough to really warrant anything crazy.
Nice.
Still learning it, still getting my feet wet. In the future, I'll be able to work one day a week from home. So, I'm looking forward to that because that'll be really nice.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I mentioned it off camera, but I've been really focusing on my my fitness this year. I'm gonna actually commit to it. New Year's resolutions, because I really want to run again this summer. So
yeah,
I'm gonna start hopefully getting better about that.
So when we get to the summer months, every week I need to bug you about how you're like, are you still running?
Yeah, hopefully it actually. The problem with last year was what killed my motivation was it rained like every weekend. And like I was so tired after work. It killed it. I'm hoping this year for the better.
Yeah, but yeah. It also was just ridiculously hot some days.
It's ridiculously hot. And I had a just bad year last year in general.
Yeah. Like there's some days where it was just like it was just too hot to do. It was like winter. When it gets real fucking cold, you're like, I'm just like gonna go to work and I'm going home. Like I have errands to run, but they can wait a day until it gets a little warmer. With summer, it was kind of the same. It was so fucking hot. I'm like, I just want to get home in the air conditioning. I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah. No, it was pretty bad on Monday. Like we had it snowed all weekend, and like going in on Martin Luther King Day, driving in, it was weird because most people had that day off. I was one of the few who didn't, but like
I didn't either.
I was driving in though, and I swear to God, it was like Fast and Furious. And people were driving like psychopaths, just trying to get in.
I mean, that was the dream he had.
I felt like I was at a game of Twisted Metal. I was like, holy shit, people. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, people are fucking nuts when they drive. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's been, I've noticed it's gotten worse lately.
It didn't snow a lot here, but it's just been really cold and really windy. So like you go outside and like with like 30-degree winds that are like at like 3 degrees or something, it feels like -10 or something. It's been really fucking cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I've made the John Candy quote more than once. If you guys, for some reason, this quote lives in my head from Cool Runnings. The scene where they get to Canada, right? and it's like the first time they've ever seen like snow or cold or whatever, and they're loading up onto the bus, and then John Candy goes, "What's the matter? You guys cold?" It's not so much the heat, it's the humidity that'll kill you. So every time it gets super cold, I always say that quote.
God, I miss John Candy. He had so many good movies.
Oh yeah, he was good.
But yeah, it's been pretty slow start to the year in terms of like just everything I've noticed.
Yeah. Like news has been very quiet, you know. I mean, in a couple days, the developer direct's going to happen with Xbox, where they talk about Fable, Forza, Beast of Reincarnation. So, I'll probably share my thoughts next week on that because I will be watching it because
Nice.
Because those 3 games I am genuinely wanting to play this year. So, and whatever secret 4th game is, I'm hoping it's some weird Double Fine thing. So, but we'll see. I'll say something about that next week. But this week, yeah, there really wasn't much. I just pulled 3 little things that I thought were cute. Though I can't remember if I mentioned it last year as or last week, sorry, was Sega announcing Sonic's 35th anniversary plans, where they just dropped like a little trailer saying, "Oh, it's Sonic's 35th anniversary, and we're gonna celebrate it with stuff." They didn't like give dates for anything, as far as like a big like Sonic Central or anything like that. You know, they're just like, "Oh, we're gonna be doing stuff this year, so stay tuned, kids." Though I did see they're releasing, I think it's next week, something called the Chaotix Case Files. And it's like some like audio drama thing where the Chaotix gang has to do like noir detective shit. It sounds silly, but I might actually listen to it because I'm like, yeah, it might be cute. Why not?
See, it's moments like that where I really wish like Vector's original voice was still around because I love that guy's performance.
I want Dre to voice Vector.
That'd be something.
That's his favorite Sonic character. If you ask him, he's a Vector
really?
guy. Yeah, nice. I don't know why. It's weird. But yeah, we'll keep track of that. Apparently, Sega's also celebrating Puyo Puyo's 35th anniversary this year as well. So we'll see what that means. If I get a new Puyo Puyo game to play, I'll be fine.
Mean Bean Machine come back. That would be something.
They put it in like the Sonic Mania engine, be like, look, we're still doing something with it.
And it's still like AOSTH Eggman and everything.
Yeah.
Giant ass for no reason.
Yeah, I had to I had to unfortunately let my son down because I was mentioning Sonic's 35th anniversary this year to Thrak Jr. And I said to him, I'm like, what would you like for this year? And he said, you know what I want, Dad? I want Sonic Mania 2. And I'm like and I'm like, you know, that's a great that is a great idea. I had to let him know about, well, they did actually try making it for a little bit. But I guess Sega and like Headcanon ran into some conflict of interest or something happened. I forget, but it kind of just dissolved, unfortunately. So they were making it, but it got canceled. But I told them, like, you know, they could always come back and do it in the future. They could. I hope they do, because Mania just... The issues I had with Mania aside, I would have just loved a second stab at it, where they just let that dev team just be like, you know what, just make all original stages. Just go for it.
What they originally wanted to do before freaking Izuka showed up and was like, add in Green Hill.
I'm fine with the nostalgia, because at least the old levels have new spins on them.
Yeah, I mean the game is great. Like the level design and everything about that game is like phenomenal.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. So
speaking of Sonic, I've been playing. I booted up Heroes recently because I just had like that itch to play Heroes for some reason.
Yeah, I keep having an itch to replay Frontiers.
I gotta do that again too. But I was replaying Heroes. I forgot just how good that game's soundtrack is.
Oh yeah. It's an absolute banger, but we'll
Hang Castle, man.
Oh yeah,
I love that song.
We'll save that talk for later in the year. So, but yeah, so Sonic stuff's coming up. I mean, I've been reading some leak stuff, so we'll see if that even is true or not.
What did they do for his 30th anniversary?
Oh, what the fuck? That was 21, right? Yeah, if I'm doing my math right. I don't even remember.
I don't even remember 25th. I remember 20th because that was Generations.
Hold on. Let's
And
see.
everyone remembers the 15th. Everyone remembers the 15th. All right. We got 4 games and only one of them was debatably good.
Okay, for the 30th anniversary, that's when we got Sonic Colors Ultimate, Sonic Origins, and then it capped off with Frontiers, even though that came out in 22, but they announced it in 21.
That's not terrible.
Yeah, IDW did like a comic book series. We got a merch, of course. So, yeah, why not? And then I think the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog was that year as well. Might have been. That was a cool little game. So
yeah, it was cute.
We'll see what they do with Sonic. I'm on Hogwatch. Next thing is you guys remember Doug Bowser, right?
Yeah,
he's not the COO of Nintendo of America or whatever, right? He got hired fairly quickly. Apparently, he now works for Hasbro.
Maybe he's gonna front the Power Rangers reboot. I don't
know. It says here, Bowser joins the Hasbro board after having retired from his Nintendo position just weeks ago. Yeah, so I guess he's on the board at Hasbro now. Sure, why not? Yeah, that's how little news there is, guys. I just thought that was a cute little thing.
Why does that remind me of like Jason Rubin becoming the president of THQ right before they shut down?
Well, Hasbro's not shutting down.
No, I know. For some reason, it just reminds me of that.
Yeah, fair enough. The last thing I saw that I thought was interesting was Valve has significantly rewritten Steam's guidelines for how developers must disclose the use of generative AI in their video games. Valve made it clear that AI-powered tools such as code helpers do not require a disclosure, and that efficiency gains through the use of AI-powered dev tools is not the focus of its effort. So basically, to sum it up, they've kind of lightened up what you have to disclose is AI or not on the Valve storefront, which I do not like because, as we all know, Steam is just full of generative AI slop right now. And I feel like the less you disclose that, the worse it's going to get. You know, this could have been like enough like developers and maybe some like publishers pushing or pressuring Valve to lighten some of those disclosures, you know, because you've been seeing all these like companies talk about it and some being like, oh, it's fine, it's no big deal, or it's the future, deal with it, or other people being like, it's gross, I hate it. You know, you're seeing all these kind of varied responses, and
it kind of depends on what the AI is doing, because I know there's a big difference between like using it as like an assisting tool that doesn't actually do the work, but it just helps.
Yeah.
Versus the shit that legit just does everything, and that shit is. Ugh,
yeah. But I still think right now it's for the best to just disclose this stuff. Just let let people know that like, hey, there was AI in this game. You know, I mean, if you want to like put like degrees of it where it's like, oh, it was, you know, like some AI was used in the conceptual stage, or like, you know, oh, AI helped you know, do this stuff or whatever, or just like most of the game was made using generative AI tools, you know, like almost like a scale, you know. Like I think that would help, because I'm always, you know, I'm going to be pro information, you know, and I think you need to let people know before they buy the game. If they're, you know,
it's one of those things that's just like there's too much variables, and it's like it's so hard. It's so hard to explain. Like that's the thing that sucks about it right now, is it's just kind of like we don't know.
Yeah, it's rough, and I don't want to play Clanker games. Okay, I just don't want to do it. But you know, there's enough old games to play where if the future of gaming is generative AI slop that humans don't make anymore, there's always old games to go back to that you never played. You know, we'll never be short of old games. So
that's how I feel about it most days.
Yeah. So we are one step closer to just being full-time retro gamers.
I get closer every year because I've seen the price of games and I'm like, I'm going to spend this money, I might as well buy an old game.
Fair enough. It's part of why I stick with Game Pass, because then it's, a like overall value is usually better, or I'll just wait for sales when games are like cheaper.
The Steam sale where you just buy like the entire series of Pac-Man because why not? It was $5.
Yeah, and then
and then never play it.
One of my favorite memes is I'm a machine that generates like 99-cent Steam sale to 0 hours played.
I mean, I have the Tomb Raider series from 1 to the first reboot game.
Yeah.
2011, I think.
2013.
2013. I have all of those on Steam, and I'm like, there must have been a sale, because that's the only reason I would consider why I have all of those.
See, I have the entire Command and Conquer series, and the only reason I have them is because I wanted to replay the one Command and Conquer game I played as a kid called Command and Conquer Renegade, which is the first-person shooter Command and Conquer. And I had to buy the entire bundle to get it. They weren't selling it separately. I have no idea why. So, and it runs kind of rough, but it runs kind of like an old game that was never properly optimized.
Yeah.
So one of these days I'll suffer through and try to see that game to the end, because I played that game a lot as a kid.
I mean, that's why I have all the humongous games, because there was a sale and I was drunk and I was like, I want to play Putt-Putt.
You want to play Fatty Bear?
No, not that one, although we did. I have experienced that one now, so I can at least say
that we have. But yeah, that was all the news, and that was me kind of scraping, really, to be honest.
It's been a slow start to the year, which I'm actually kind of fine with, because I'm like, I still haven't caught up on last year at this point.
Yeah. I'm fine with it. Usually it's not till like February when things kind of start moving, the ball starts rolling a little bit. So I don't mind it being a slow start. But also I think part of it is companies are not necessarily sure where things are going. Mm-hmm. So maybe they're just being a little tentative about things.
Yeah.
I did read today that there's a possibility that OpenAI may run out of money next year, which did warm my heart. That would be nice.
Yeah. We'll see. Wait and see on that.
That we will.
We did get new Nintendo music.
And indeed we did. Will, you already spoiled it for me.
It is the most forgettable Zelda game, probably.
It's one of them for sure.
It's the one that I'm always like, oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's Legend of Zelda: Phantom Hourglass for the Nintendo DS. I have played this game. I don't know, man.
Spirit Tracks was better.
I haven't even played Spirit Tracks, so I can't.
It's not much better, but it's somewhat better. It's got a train. I mean,
yeah, it's Zelda Choo Choo. Yeah, it's Zelda for autistics people. Well, that's just kind of Zelda in general. But a Phantom Hourglass, like, I tried because it's like, oh, you're sailing and all that, but it's not the same as Wind Waker. It's not.
No.
And I mean, it's an interesting idea, like revisiting one big dungeon when you get new abilities to get deeper in. Like, that's an interesting idea, but you need to have like good other dungeons, and the other ones just aren't very good.
That game cramps your hands so bad too, because you got to use the goddamn touchscreen to do everything.
It's not the worst I've ever played, but yeah, it's not great.
It's not as bad as Kid Icarus Uprising. That game just gives you carpal tunnel.
It's the only reason I've never played that game is because everyone says it hurt. Everyone says it hurts your hand. That's why I've never played it.
But it's so good. That's like the reason why it's so infuriating, because you're like, God damn, it's such a good game, but it hurts.
I want to play it, but I hate the idea of getting a hand cramp, because then it would put me off from finishing it.
Yep.
So I'm just waiting for hopefully a Switch and Switch 2 port.
I hope so.
I'm hoping Sakurai convinced them to do that before they force them to make another Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, I don't know what you do with Smash at this point.
Just port Ultimate and add more stages.
You don't. I don't know. I would only care about a new Smash if it was radically different. You know, like if it turned into like Power Stone, like a 3D fighter or something like that. then I'd be like, all right, let's give this a fucking shot. But otherwise, like if they port Ultimate or just add more stuff to that, I just don't care. Don't care. So let's talk about something we do care about, which is our game for this week. Hell, a cyberpunk thriller released in 1994, developed by Take-Two Interactive Studios and published by our friends at GameTech for DOS. But it was later ported to 3DO, Macintosh, and Microsoft Windows. The 3DO version was published by I mean, it just says GameTech. Weirdly enough, it says GameTech for DOS. Then below, it's like, I guess, Take-Two Publishing. Because the 3DO version has a different developer, Tetragon.
Yeah, they ported it over.
Yeah.
It's so funny whenever I see the Take-Two logo, because I'm like, before Grand Theft Auto, before they created Rockstar Games as their publisher.
Well, I think Rockstar existed already, but that's when it was like DMA Design. Like Take-Two bought them. You know, DMA Design was originally like their own company, their own thing. So they just were. I think they published the original Grand Theft Auto and then saw that it was, on the verge of something great, and then they're like, oh, let's get this up real quick before anybody else takes it, and that seemed to work out.
Yeah, Rockstar was founded in 98, so this was before Rockstar.
Yeah, Rockstar North.
Well, apparently the actual publisher.
No, Rockstar North or DMA Design was founded in 1988.
Oh no, what I mean though is the publisher Rockstar Games. That was like the actual Rockstar brand wasn't founded until 98.
Yeah, that's right.
Because if you remember the first GTA,
that's why I referred to. It was originally published by BMG Interactive, which actually became Rockstar.
Right.
So yeah, Take-Two Interactive is attached to the PlayStation version of the original Grand Theft Auto.
That's what it is. Yep.
Yeah, but yeah. DMA Design started off in like 1988. They were around for a good long while making. They made Lemmings, dude.
They did.
They made fucking Lemmings.
And they made Body Harvest on the
Body Harvest. Yes. Lemmings is a game we will be playing in the future because it was on 3DO. So I've never played Lemmings, so that'll be an interesting experience.
I've only ever played the PSP remake, so I'm curious about trying the older one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, looking at like DMA Designs games prior to Grand Theft Auto, it is a collection of games. I can say that much. So and then Body Harvest, Space Station Silicon Valley, and then of course GTA, and that kind of changed everything.
They made GTA and then they never looked back.
Well, they did make the Manhunt games. They made Bully. They made Red Dead Redemption. Well, they didn't make Bully. Bully. They didn't make
Red Dead either. Red Dead was Bully Studios.
Bully was which Rockstar studio was it? It was not San Diego. Redemption was San Diego. Vancouver, I think.
I think Vancouver.
Did Bully?
San Francisco was originally Angel Studios, who originally did Midnight Club. They also ported Resident Evil 2 to N64.
That they did.
They somehow crammed that game on an N64 card, and we'll always be amazed by it.
And then Rockstar North made the greatest game ever made, L.A. Noire. Well, they helped out with L.A. Noire.
Yeah, they helped out because Team Bondi was a fucking shit show of a
Indeed,
developer.
They were. But then after that, they did Max Payne 3, which is, fellas, people,
the best gameplay-wise.
Viewers, if you haven't played Max Payne 3, do yourself a favor, hunt it down and go play it. It's really, really good. The story is kind of rough, but the gameplay is so good. Jesus Christ. Like, GTA has never come close to feeling that good, ever. And I don't think it ever will. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're not here to talk that deep about fucking Grand Theft Auto. We got talk, just because Take-Two, partly related, I guess. What a weird little game.
This game is one of those games where it's like, I swear to God, like half the time I was playing it, my literal thought was, just get on with it, please.
Yeah, it's one of those it doesn't know when to shut the fuck up kind of games.
Well, they
Like a
got
lot of like it's a point and click adventure for those who don't know. And a lot of point and clicks are, talky, story heavy, that kind of stuff. Makes sense, right? But this game is very much one of those like it reminds me of like Bethesda RPGs or even like Obsidian ones where you go up to a character and you have a list of fucking things to ask or things to talk about and you have to go through every single fucking one. This game is that
yes.
basically, but it doesn't really make up for it outside of that because at least say like a Fallout or an Outer Worlds or something like that, it's like, well, at least I can run around and shoot people for a bit, which is fun, right? You can
Yeah,
explore
you can
around
do
and
stupid shit.
you can do open world RPG stuff. Like here, I almost feel like this game should have been like an open world RPG.
Yeah,
You know,
because like this game is
the setup is great.
oh yeah, the story's concept is interesting.
Oh, it's great. So we'll set the stage for you. It is a 2095. The U.S. has become under the control of a fascist theocracy called the Hand of God. Sounds very familiar. Unlike theocracies in the past, this government can send criminals and insurgents to hell, and even has brought a few of them back to tell their tale. We control 2 agents of a new law enforcement agency called Artificial Reality Containment, which is a organization that enforces bans on cybernetic technology in general and virtual reality in particular. And if I remember, it starts out with you surviving like a murder, getting murdered by like the overruler, like Celine Sulix or whatever, played by Grace Jones, which they definitely modeled the character after Grace Jones.
Great performance, but my God, some of the time I was like, can we just please get on with it?
I mean, Grace Jones is Grace Jones. You just
exactly.
you deal with it. And I believe it's like you're framed for like making like pornography or something, and it's
there's a whole subplot about porn being illegal in this game, and I'm just like, okay.
I mean, honestly, under a fascist theocracy, pornography is banned. It's just like that's happened before under fascist dictatorships. So it kind of fits in. And yeah, it's like you get framed for making it and you have to like clear your name. Like the story is detailed. There's a lot of things that happen. Like you almost just want to, it's the plot is like reading a random like science fiction novel from this time period. You know what I mean?
Fun fact, in 1995, the game's story was novelized by Chet Williamson.
See, I kind of want to read a book version of this because it might be more interesting.
Go on eBay and see if I can find the novel of this real quick.
Yeah. Because I mean, hell, a cyberpunk thriller sounds like the name of a book. It doesn't sound like the name of a game. And yeah, but it has like a nice, intricate, like interesting plot. But yeah, as you said, like characters just talk like a lot. Like you get a lot of exposition and a lot of just standing there listening to people chat. And it like the acting isn't very good, and you're just staring at these really bad 3D polygonal figures like to each other, and it's like for some reason we have a couple of FMV characters, but the whole game is an FMV. Like I'm not quite sure why, because also like Dennis Hopper's in this game.
Sure is.
But he doesn't really make like a memorable cameo. He's just kind of there. Grace Jones is the more memorable one, but we also get like Stephanie Seymour, who I think was like a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. She's one of the FMV characters, and I guess that makes sense, right? If you get, one of her, it's like, yeah, we'll film her, no problem. And then Jeffrey Holder's in this. And I believe he's also a FMV character, but that's really about it.
Yeah, it was. It's weird because like the actual like the concept is pretty good, but like once you actually start getting into it, it's like the dialogue is just so like up its butt at times, and I'm just kind of like,
it's 90s sci-fi, man.
Yeah,
a lot of it was up its own ass.
But this was like the problem with this was I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I just want to do something. No, but I've got to wait.
Yeah. Apparently, the developers of this made a game called Bloodnet, which was like a cyberpunk themed RPG made for like DOS and Amiga or whatever. I mean, that might have more gameplay. I have no idea. Apparently, there's vampires involved in that, like cyberpunk vampires. That's kind of cool. But I don't know really anything about that game either. But yeah, but also like controlling the game is just kind of iffy.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I mean, you're playing.
clicks on a console just don't ever work.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't come over really well. And then like half the time you can't. Like if you want to move from place to place, you have to pull up the map. Like you can't just like walk out a door and then just like explore around, or they have you walk out a door and it just gives you the map. You have to go into the menu, select the map, and then kind of choose where you want to go. But like the game never tells you that. So like say in the first room, I was like looking around and be like, how do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? And I kept looking for something and nothing. And then I just started pushing buttons. And then I think it's C, brings up all your menu stuff. And then it's like, oh, there's a map. And then the map is what gets you there. And I'd be like, oh, that'd be nice to know.
Yeah. The music is also very goofy in this game.
Oh my God. Yeah. Why is it so goofy?
Like I'm sitting here and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is like Resident Evil DualShock Edition basement music.
That's a good comparison.
Because I'm like sitting here and I'm just like what? I'm like, they're trying to tell a serious plot, then you just got like this like do music in the background.
Yeah, it's like Enter the Gladiators or something. Like, what are we doing, guys?
I was like, I'm like, the mood whiplash in this game is bizarre because
and then you have like, oh yeah, in the intro, like that little intro CG cutscene. At one point, it like cuts to like, it's like the face of the devil, and you go into like his mouth, and it's hell, and it's like the goofiest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
like,
I love that. I love it because it's like the pinnacle of this era, but at the same time too, I'm like, this is such a all over the place game in terms of what tone they want to tell.
Yeah, it's a shame because what I wanted out of this game was like Dennis Hopper running around like a madman yelling hell, and we don't get that. And I'm like, fuck. I just wanted Dennis Hopper to be Dennis Hopper, and he just kind of whatever's, Yeah, like I mean, I even on PC, I don't know if this game would be that much better.
From what I've seen, it controls a little bit better, but like it's still just as it's like one of the biggest examples I've thought of in a while of great concept, poor execution.
Yeah. In fact, when I made my little backlogged entry for this, that's literally my review.
Like,
I'll pull it. It's a short one. Let me just pull it up. Basically, I made it as like a conversation between two people. It's like, all right, sir, throw this on the neat idea but poor execution pile. Sir, the 3DO section of this pile is over full. I don't give a shit. Throw it on.
Yeah.
But I did give it out of 5. I gave it 2.5 because I'm like, it's not terrible.
No, that's the thing.
I hate it by any means. It's just it's just kind of dull.
That was the thing. Like it wasn't bad. Like it wasn't what we played last week. That's for sure.
Nothing will be that bad.
No, that's going to be hard to top that. But
yeah,
this was a case where I'm like it's fine, but I was getting bored, and that's never a good thing with a game.
Yeah, it wasn't super engaging. And then it never helps when I was playing this on real hardware, it kept crashing on me. That could have been my disc had a little scratch on it. I don't know, but
it's like my copy of Station Invasion. Like it just any FMV heavy game, if it's a little damaged, the 3DO is gonna be a pain about it.
Yeah, I mean, at least it saved when I had it saved, so I could just go back in. But yeah, a pain in the ass. Though apparently this was the beginning of a sort of trilogy, because apparently the game was commercially successful, and it was the first of 3 Take-Two developed FMV adventure games. But I'm more familiar with the follow-ups. They're not like directly related, but it's like a loose like Take-Two getting into FMV adventures.
Oh, I've seen the cover of Ripper. That's for sure.
Yeah, we have Ripper, and then Black Dahlia, which Black Dahlia also has Dennis Hopper in it.
Oh, nice.
And even Terry Garr, but they're not in the game for that long. Like Black Dahlia is an interesting thing because it came on 8 CDs, and is based on like the Black Dahlia murder, and it's an interesting kind of surreal thing. Like you can tell with Ripper and Black Dahlia that the crews that made these were a lot more competent at it than Hell, because those games really prioritized like the FMV and the acting.
Oh, Ripper has Christopher Walken in it.
Yeah, Ripper, dude, Ripper, I would kill for like a Steam or GOG version of Ripper to play it again.
Was there ever a film that had Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper in it?
If there is, I'm not off the top of my head. But
that would have been the greatest thing ever.
All right, but here, let me relay to everybody the plot of Ripper, because it's a lot more interesting than Hell, unfortunately. So Ripper it takes place in the future, where there's a guy, claiming to be the new Jack the Ripper, and he's murdering people through the internet. Like you stay in like the VR internet for so long, and he comes and murders you. It's very weird, but it has a star-studded cast. It has Christopher Walken, Paul Giamatti, Karen Allen, Burgess Meredith, David Patrick Kelly, Ozzie Davis, and John Rhys Davies.
John Rhys Davies.
I
always remember him as like Da Vinci in Star Trek Voyager.
And the guy you play as, his name is Scott Cohen. He's done some other stuff, but this is what I remember him from.
It also features "Don't Fear the Reaper" by Blue Oyster Cult, which
which
is hilarious because Christopher Walken's also in this game.
Yeah, and this was a couple years before the skit.
Yeah,
they licensed "Don't Fear the Reaper," and the thing is, the lyrics of the song are key to solving the final puzzle of the game.
Oh, that's fun.
And I think that's because they're like Reaper and Ripper. They try to be like, oh, don't fear the Ripper, whatever. And it's like, no. They tried. And this game came out on 6 fucking CDs. And it's, oh God, like it's one of those where if you tried to play it legit, you would try like just certain sections of the game were on specific discs. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to go here. Oh, you got to put in this disc. Yep. It's like, well, okay, then I have to go back here, put in the old disc. And it's like, fucking hell.
It's like playing Mass Effect 2 on fucking 360.
No, Mass Effect 2 is different because actually Mass Effect 2 handles the 2 discs brilliantly. So the first disc has just the beginning and the ending on it.
Okay.
So you pop the first disc in, you play the beginning, like you get everything set up. Then they say, okay, go play disc 2, which is the game. And then after you finish disc 2, they're like, okay, put in disc 1. And then that disc reads everything that you did and then gives you the corresponding ending.
I must be thinking of another game. There is a 360.
Which is brilliant. I love how they handle that. You may be thinking of LA Noire. Down the 360 was on like 3 fucking discs.
I remember there was a 360 game.
But you didn't have to swap them though.
Okay, there was a 360 game that was like specific sections were on certain discs, so you'd be like you'd get to a point and have to switch to a different disc.
Yeah, I don't deny
that
there was a 360 game that did, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
I remember a friend had it and did that, and I was like, that is weird.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when like FF13 came out on 360 and it was like 3 discs because they're like, oh, we made this for PS3 first. And then they're like,
there was a lot of those.
But when they did the sequels, 13-2 and Lightning Returns, they accommodated for the 360, and those were both 1 disc games.
Yeah.
So, but Ripper, going back to that, is a really interesting game. Again, I would love a re-release of it, maybe due to the star-studded cast and the licensed music is probably why it'll never happen, because it's just a rare occurrence where you see all these people, doing their thing, and it's such a unique experience. I do think it's some of the puzzles are bullshit, but it's a point-and-click adventure game, right? It's not as bad as Hell, though.
Hell has some annoying puzzles.
Well, the Wikipedia entry of Hell, there's literally a subtitle for puzzle errors, where it says, due to several script oversights and programming errors that appear in both the PC and 3DO versions, some of the game's puzzles cannot be solved by following the clues provided.
That's great.
Good job, boys.
That's good.
Yeah, like at least with Ripper, some of them are just really cryptic. Like it's weird, man. The game does have 3 endings, but we don't have to get it. This isn't a Ripper podcast, even though I do have a soft spot for this game. So it's well worth looking into, everybody. I promise.
It's kind of crazy. The reception for Hell is surprisingly
yeah,
high.
Ripper also has Jimmy Walker in it.
Nice.
Yeah, Dynamite.
Yeah, I was actually surprised when I was looking at reception though for Hell. Like Hell got really good reviews, surprisingly.
Again, it's a neat idea. You know, it's something that I think if you were really into like the sci-fi cyberpunk stuff of the 80s and the 90s, like if you liked Johnny Mnemonic, you would like this game.
I will say though, one reviewer had there's one review, like there's a quote in a review that just I'm like, excuse me. The Game Pro review makes a comment about how they remark the music carries a cyber gothic tone, not unlike something scored by Nine Inch Nails. I'm like, excuse me. Like,
I mean, I would love if Nine Inch Nails actually scored this game. That'd be a huge
I'm
improvement.
I'm like, I read that. I'm like, do you listen to Nine Inch Nails? Because like, I don't see them. I don't see it.
I mean, even Pretty Hate Machine doesn't sound like this.
No, Pretty Hate Machine's fun. This is not.
My favorite is Next Generation, where they said a lot of time is spent just watching, and if that sounds dull, well, it is.
At least they're on.
Yeah. But that's kind of the issue with like a point and click adventure game is just you sit there and watch a lot of it. You know, there's not a huge amount of interaction. And when you do, like hell, the combat, it sucks because you can't actually properly do the combat unless you have the right weapons equipped. So like you'll enter into a room to do combat, and if you don't have the right weapon, you'll die. And you have to reload the save and be like, oh, I need this thing. And then your character will go in and do the thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, that sucks.
Yeah. I do love too. Computer Gaming World declared Hell a Cyberpunk Thriller the 12th worst computer game ever released.
In 1996, absolutely not.
Good for them.
There were worse games.
Oh yeah, there probably was.
Yeah.
Well, it's only the 12th. There was 11 worse.
I need to know what 1 through 11 were, but it hasn't been properly archived, so I can't find out. So you archive it, god damn it. Yeah, sorry.
You have to know.
I need to know.
also, I found a copy of the novel on eBay for like $19. So it's out
That's
there.
more expensive than I thought it would be.
Yeah, and it's not even a good quality copy. It's definitely used.
Let's see. Can you get it on Amazon for $60? Get fucked.
It's probably out of print. Wouldn't surprise me.
No shit, it's out of print. I think the game was cheaper. I didn't pay a lot for my physical copy.
It's definitely gone up a bit because I saw it was like going for like 80.
I didn't pay 80 for it. I know I didn't. But I just got a jewel case that like it doesn't have a manual or anything. It just gives,
okay.
Yeah. It's very plain. My guess is it was probably just the long box had like a big long manual for you to read.
Most likely.
Yeah. In fact, let me see if I can find it. The manual, because maybe it might have some funny things in it. Let's see. Thank you, internet. Trying to, how you zoom in? Oh, this button. Welcome to Hell. Stay cool and enjoy the experience. Hell is designed to appeal to the hardcore gamer. I love when they space between hard and core. And to the relative newcomer. We've tried to take the subject matter seriously. Thus, when salty language is appropriate, we don't shy away. Salty language. But we've also tried to keep our sense of humor about us, too. We've loaded the CD with art, story, programming, acting, music, and sound. We hope you enjoy it. Please let us know what you think. Write to us at 575 Broadway, 6th floor, New York, New York, 10012. Should we put this episode in a cassette tape? And mail the cassette tape out. Stick with the theming.
It'll go to the void because I highly doubt that still exists. I know they do. I forgot the developer of this exists.
Yeah. Well, I'm typing in the address and see what I get. I need to know.
It's going to be a Spirit of Halloween store.
Let's see. Right in the heart of New York. It doesn't really say anything. What the fuck is this? There's something called a clothing store called Ampersand, like the symbol ampersand. Other stories. It's the name of a clothing store, and then a restaurant called Lure Fish Bar.
Hmm.
That's really all that's there.
So I was doing a bit of digging because I was curious about the porter, whoever ported this Tetragon. Apparently, the only other things they worked on were they apparently ported Gritters, or no, they made
okay.
Gritters.
Ah, okay, interesting.
We'll get to that eventually, and they made
It's on the list.
They made a game called Nanotech Warrior.
That could be cool. That could be.
It's a PlayStation tube shooter, which makes me wonder if it's like a Tempest.
That wouldn't be bad.
Well, no, we learned Captain J. It can be very bad.
But there's a good way to make a Tempest clone.
There is.
We've seen the bad way. Maybe that's the good way.
It has a 76 on game rankings, so that's.
I don't know if that's good or bad. We've disagreed with their rankings in the past.
True. Designed by Mark Skaggs.
That's a cool ass name.
He was the project lead for Command and Conquer Red Alert 2, apparently.
That's moving up in the world. Absolutely.
Interesting.
So yeah, there's just not. I mean, there's a lot to say as far as like the story and everything goes, but like, we're not going to sit here and give you the whole fucking story.
See,
like, if you're that interested, go play it.
See, the story is interesting and kind of crazy, but it's not like Siberia levels where like that game was just so fucking buck wild. I was like, I need to know what happens because like
that game was batshit insane.
Siberia is a weird case where like the game is so unhinged that it becomes like amazing.
Yeah. This doesn't do that. It's just kind of whatever.
Like this doesn't even have like battle tanks like story where it's like, holy shit, what?
Yeah. Again, the concept is neat, and I know the story goes some like crazy places, but the gameplay doesn't really give you a reason to stick with it, because there's a right and the wrong way to do point and click, and this just is not the right way.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And it doesn't help that a lot of the screens are so dark I could barely tell what the fuck was happening. Yeah. And then when you meet, say, like, was it Stephanie Seymour or whatever, in the bar, like when you do the first puzzle and it's just like, you do the open sesame and go down, and then for me, I was forced into that cutscene where both are going back. All three of you are going back and forth for like 30 minutes or something. Like it just went on and on and on and on and on. It's like, I get it. These two fucked at one point and now she's like dead or something. Like, can we get on with it?
I hated
I thought Golden Sun was bad with like get on with it dialogue. Like that is nothing compared to this.
That was my biggest problem with this game. It's just like so many of the cutscenes. It got to a point where I'm like, I just don't even care anymore.
The writing just isn't very good. It's just not, because it's not engaging or interesting to. Maybe the novelization does a better job with it. Maybe. This should have just been a book. Honestly. It would have been a neat little book.
Yeah. So I guess for must play, okay, stay away. I don't want to say stay away because it's not the worst thing ever, but it's also not really worth playing.
It's not it's not an okay. I feel like okay is too nice to it.
Yeah, I was kind of gonna say meh on this one. Like,
give me the shrug shoulder emoji.
Shrug shoulder. Yeah,
that's my opinion. Yeah, not terrible, but like, am I ever playing this again? No.
That's my thing. It's like it was competent, but then so was what was that weird RPG thing we played like a few weeks ago?
Oh, Mercenary.
Like
Mercenary was better than this.
Mercenary at least was a game, like full out. Like this is
there was something there with a Mercenary for sure.
Yeah. So this one was disappointing.
Honestly. Yeah, I was hoping. I mean, I saw like Dennis Hopper and hell in capital letters. And I was like, yeah, we're going to get something neat here. And it did not live up to that hype at all.
Like the cover of this game straight up looks like a really bad 90s metal album.
I know. And I was hoping it would give me that feeling. And it just,
why wasn't the music like really bad thrash metal? Like,
yeah, I know. That would have been a big plus. Get that asshole who did the 3DO Doom music to do this.
Could we like not talk about him?
I mean,
we know what he is.
Well, back then we didn't.
True.
I'm just trying to be just context with the times.
I hate how like the best part of that game is ruined now.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
But yeah,
I'm yawning. I'm sorry, guys. I'm yawning too much.
It's okay. The start of this year has been rough, but
it's been fine. But
rough in terms of sleeping.
I'm sleepy. I need a nap.
What did we say we were playing next week?
Next week we are returning to everyone's favorite Green Men franchise.
Yes.
We are playing Army Men, and this time we are playing the very first Army Men game, released back in 1996.
Yes.
So it has a little bit of an interesting history as far as like development and everything, which we will cover. And I'm really looking forward to this because this is like one of the few Army Men games people say is like genuinely good. Like it's one of the actual good ones. I'm
going to play the PC version I'm going to mess around with the Game Boy Color version.
Okay. I'm just going to play the PC version. So
okay.
I don't know if I have time to mess with the Game Boy Color version. So
that's fair. I'm going to do it mostly just because I have the physical cart, and I've heard people say it's a decent port.
Yeah. So yeah, to potentially, we could just a hypothesis. Looking at this game, it reminds me of Cannon Fodder.
A little.
Yeah, and I mean, if it's as good as Cannon Fodder, we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
I've heard
it looks a little better than Cannon Fodder, though.
I've heard 2 is the better game, but I've also heard 1 is a good game as well. So
yeah, and we'll cover the first 3, 1, 2, and Toys in Space. We'll do separate episodes for them.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. All right, so that'll be for next week. But until then, anyways, guys. Once again, thanks for joining us on the 3DO Experience. So you can find 3DO on all the major podcasting platforms. Check us out on SuperPod, and the next Thrack Ops is coming out soon, right?
Yes, it should be out this Friday. So it took a little time because of just timing stuff. So, but it's going to be out at the end of this week, and then hopefully I can get Thrack Ops 11 on Black Ops 2 out very shortly after that.
Nice.
So I'll probably be starting on. Probably by the time you guys are hearing this, I'm working on Black Ops 2, like starting to actually play it. So
nice. And it won't be out probably for a bit at the time this releases, but me and Thrack will be on Still Loading Podcast fairly soon talking about James Bond.
007 Everything or Nothing. So
look out for that. Check out Still Loading Podcast. Yes.
A game I have a history with. A bit of a long history too.
Yeah, that should be fun. But until next time, guys, once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Bye-bye.